What is up, ladies and gentlemen? I'm Laughing Coyote. This is Cricket 19 bowling tutorial. So, excusez-moi. So, yeah, you guys saw my tutorial last time. The first one has actually got quite a few views. To be honest, I wasn't even expecting 1,000 views. It went over 100,000. So, thank you so much for that. But yeah, look, this is what I taught you to do. The short delivery with the fast bowler. You know, outswing and short delivery. And if you want to know more about it, just I'll show you at the end again. Don't worry about it. But yeah, here I give you another example of that short delivery, and both the times it didn't work. And there are many more examples that I can give you of it not working. I'll actually show you one more clip right here with the fast bowler. So when I say the fast bowler, I mean the absolute express bowler. You know, the one that bowls over 150 as my player is in this instance. So as you can see, pretty much all his deliveries are over or near 150. That one was the slow delivery that I bowled, and it's 143, which is very quick. Again, it was short. It did not work. So that's what I taught you, and it doesn't work anymore because Big Ant patched that sort of glitch or trick or whatever you want to call it. So what can you do instead of that? So here is the field set. Take note of all the positions. This is my go-to field set, right, for the fast bowler. And so yeah, take note of this field set, and now I'll show you some of the deliveries that I bowl which get me wickets. Now remember, this isn't an exact science, but this is how I get most of my wickets. So this is the most common way. Look at that, nicked it, and it's gone, alright? Now my bowler, by the way, my bowler is 90 overall, so you're not going to get wickets like this from the get-go. Obviously, your bowler has to be good, you know, good enough level, which my player obviously is. He's the max level. So as you saw, good length delivery, outswing, and aiming for the leg stump. Because my bowler can swing it a bit too much, that's why I'm aiming for the leg stump. If your bowler cannot swing it that much, you can aim for the middle stump or even the off stump. And as you can see, I got another wicket. So, good length delivery, outswing, then good length delivery. And depending on how much your bowler can move the ball, aim for either the middle stump, or if your bowler can move it like my bowler can, I'm aiming for the leg stump. And it's still, you know, it's, I mean, if the batsman had not hit that, it would have missed even the off stump. So my bowler can obviously swing it a lot because, like I said, my bowler is a very high level bowler. Your bowler might not be, but if he is, then aim for the leg stump. If he isn't, aim for the middle stump. Here is another example of that. Again, moving away. And that's why the point fielder is so important. I mean, you might be thinking if you're aiming for those edges, you might want to put another slip, and that might be helpful. But the point fielder is very important because they will sometimes play a shot like that, like you see, and straight to the point. And if you don't have a point, then, well, it's not going to be out, is it? It's going to be a 4 instead. So yeah, that's like one of the most common ways I get wickets. Now, another thing to know, the outswinger for some reason is extremely OP, like you see right here. I keep bowling outswingers and the batsmen just don't know what to do with it. Here's another example of, well, here I actually left this in to show you that this isn't an exact science. So obviously I did the same thing as I did before, but this time I got smashed for a boundary, so that will happen too. That's why I'm leaving some of these clips. I'm getting smashed for a boundary. I think this one's a boundary as well. Yeah, look, so this will happen. That's the whole purpose of me leaving some of these clips in. That what I tell you is, I mean, that's how I take wickets, but that's how I have been hit for boundaries as well. So that's one of the most common ways I do it. Good length delivery, outswinger. Now the next one right there is the Yorker. Now the Yorker is very important. Outswingers do just fine. Inswingers do well too, but I'll show you right here. Full length delivery. I got a nick. That was an outswinger, full length delivery. So let's stick to full length for now, and then we'll go to the Yorker. So here is another full length delivery. Absolutely smashed the stumps out. Again, I'm aiming for the leg stump, and as you can see, it came back and actually sort of went in the middle of middle stump and off stump. So again, my bowler can swing it a lot. That's why that's happening. If your bowler cannot swing it that much, then aim for the middle stump. But I'm aiming for the again, I was aiming for the leg stump, and that swung so much that it didn't even go on to hit the off stump. That's why the umpire didn't give it out. So that's another trick you can use. Look, I got a nick. Unfortunately, I didn't have a slip there, but I did create a wicket taken opportunity. You can see it in the Hawkeye right there, exactly where it lands and how it goes. So that's another good tactic I have. This is another one of those deliveries, and I always ball them effort. As you can see, I nearly got to 160 because I pressed the B button or the circle button on PlayStation. That is B on Xbox and circle on PlayStation. So the ball across seam delivery and ball it fast. The in-swing and good length delivery is another one that batsmen seem to have a bit of trouble with. I don't really know. I mean, I haven't had too much success with this one, but sometimes if you mix it up, that's the point to take away from this, is keep mixing up these deliveries. So you've got the outswinging full length delivery, you've got the outswinging good length delivery, and then you've got Yorkers. So you can bowl outswinging Yorkers, but there's a good example of an in-swinging Yorker that works really well. Now I've changed the bowler. I've brought on Ben Stokes, and he's gonna bowl an in-swinging Yorker, and as you can see, the batsman was beating all ends up. Unfortunately, his legs were in front of the wicket, so you know it wasn't out, and the impact was outside, so it wasn't given out. But I have not given up. Look, next delivery, I bowled the same delivery again, and he's gone. Now the reason why I changed the bowler to Ben Stokes is because my personal bowler, which is a Fan Shadow player before this, that's my personal career mode player. This is a star career mode where I'm playing as Ben Stokes. Ben Stokes is not a fast bowler, he's a fast medium bowler. And for a fast medium bowler, so everything I showed you works for a fast medium bowler as well. As you saw, that was an outswing, a good length delivery while the keeper throws the ball at the first slip. That was quite funny, but yeah, so everything I showed you for the fast bowler also works for the fast medium bowler. The reason why I'm showing you the fast medium bowler, and I'll show you that at the end, is because there's that short delivery that I was talking about in the start that actually works for fast medium bowlers. And I'll show you the examples of it, and I'll show you, you have to tweak around with it a bit, you know, it's not the same exact as the tactic I showed you in the first tutorial. So as you can see, I bowled the outswingers full length, aiming for the leg stump, and I got 2 wickets in a row. And right here, I do the good length delivery outswinger. The batsman has no clue where that came from, where that went. As you see, it works a lot for me, especially if your bowler is, you know, very good. See, again, batsman is completely beaten because that outswinger, good length delivery. Especially if your bowler is skilled like Ben Stokes, who can really move it. I mean, it's just too difficult. Again, look, that's that full length delivery, the outswinger. So 2 things will happen. Either he'll miss it and he'll smash his stumps out like he did with my bowler, or he won't miss it, it'll hit his pads and it'll be an LBW like you saw in, well, you saw a few examples of the LBW. The LBW is actually the more common one. If you're lucky enough, he will. So that's pretty much what it is. Look, he swings it so much that the ball is going on to hit the off stump. Even though I'm aiming for the leg stump, it swung so much. So you got to keep that in mind. How much is your bowler actually moving the ball? And now you might be wondering, why do you need that fielder back there? Now that is why, because the batsmen will sometimes go after you, and when they do, they usually go in that area. They can go over mid-wicket as well. I have seen them do that. So if you take a deep mid-wicket or a cow corner or whatever that area is called, that'll work too. It's just that most of the time they go in that square sort of area. Again, good length delivery outswinger. He's nicked it straight back to the wicket keepers. Oh, by the way, the wicket keepers and the slips both are up. So that's another thing that you should do. You should bring them up for these full length and good length deliveries and Yorkers and all these. Now I will be showing you. I'll actually talk about that once we get to that. For one of these tactics, you will have to push the slips and everything back, but you know, like I said, once we get to that, we'll talk about it. I think we have a couple more examples of the good length delivery. Here again, I'm showing you with Ben Stokes that even if you get it perfectly, as you see, perfect jump, perfect release, The aim was perfect. It swung a lot. Everything was perfect. But guess what? I still gave up 4 runs. So I'm going to put these clips in every now and again to show you and to reiterate, to remind myself to keep telling you that even though you might do everything perfectly, it's not an exact science and it won't always work. Again, the full end delivery with the outswinger, bamboozling the batsman. Here we have another example. What is this for? Okay, this is the good end delivery, cross seam delivery actually. So yeah, that's another one that I briefly talked about previously, but let me talk a bit more about it. The cross seam delivery, good length cross seam, effort delivery or normal. Just don't ball it slow. You're wasting that delivery with slow. I've never gotten a wicket with it if you ball it slow. I've always gotten a wicket with it if you ball it normal or quick. Now the quick one I actually had more success with it. As you saw, the batsman just, I don't know why, they just have no clue what to do with it. Again, the perfect way of using these deliveries is to, so as you can see the ball, it's a cross seam delivery. But the perfect way to use, say, a cross-seam delivery, so your go-to delivery should be the good length outswinger, like I showed you that I got so many wickets with. Now, that's what you should be aiming for the most of the time. Again, cross-seam delivery, smash the bails off. So, yeah, you should bowl about 3 to 4 deliveries in an over, you know, outswingers, you know that. And if you don't have any success with it, bowl the 3rd or 4th ball as a cross seam or an in-swinger, and I'll completely throw them off because they're expecting you to keep bowling those same outswingers. In that aspect, I really like this game because it's very realistic. I mean, that's how it is in real life too. If you keep bowling one sort of delivery and then you change it all of a sudden, the batsman doesn't have a clue what to do. Now here is another field set that I'm going to show you, and this is my final trick that I'll show you. Here's something that I found with Ben Stokes and with other fast medium bowler. So this is the field set. Take note of all the positions. It's a very awkward field set, but it works, and I'll show you many examples of it working. I'll also show you many examples of it not working to show you that it's, like I keep saying, not an exact science. Anyway, so for this is obviously the field positions. But you should also notice something with the Wicketkeeper Slips. This is what I was talking about earlier. You will need to push them back instead of up. So this is the opposite. In the other field set, you have to push the or bring the keeper and the slips up. For this one, as you'll see in a second, you have to push them back. As you saw, they just went back. Now then, you bowl a short delivery, again outswinger, because outswingers are super OP, and you aim for the batsman's body. So you want to bowl on their body, you want to make the batsman play. You have to make sure they play, so you have to aim for the batsman's body. Again, that depends on how much your bowler can swing the ball, but regardless of how much that swing is, I mean, you have to, you know, experiment with it a bit and find out what the ideal line is. But the length is short, it's an outswinger delivery, and you have to make sure the ball is on the body. He will pull it, and guess what? Boom, he's gone. Look at that, another wicket. And I'll show you many examples of this working. I showed you in the start it not working with the fast bowler. That's my personal player. He's the express pace bowler. So if your personal player is that express pace bowler, then the first part of this tutorial is what you should be doing. This tactic does work for the fast deliveries, for the fast bowlers, by the way, but it doesn't work as much as it works for the fast medium, which is what Ben Stokes is. So look, again, I'm aiming for that, his body, almost even, I mean, the way I guess it's not really on his body, because the way I'm bowling it, if you really think about it, I mean, if the batsman just moves out of the way, it's pretty much a wide, you know? So you have to, like, really be on his, like, right in his face, right, actually in the, like, where the neck is, you know, sort of even past his face. So you have to make sure he swings his bat at him. Now this works perfectly in ODIs, T20s. Not so, it works in tests, but not this much. Because in test, obviously, they don't have to play. They can just duck under it, you know. But there he goes. He drops it. That's another problem in this game. Fielders drop a lot of catches. But regardless of whether they take it or not, I mean, there's not much I can do about the fielders. But I can show you how to take wickets, which is, you know, again, look, boom. This time, it's gone straight to square fielder. And he's gone. Iyer's gone. In this case, he did not drop it. But you'll see many, many examples of that. And you'll also pay attention to the speed. So you'll see... So the most common way this works is with the A button or the X button or the cross button on PlayStation and A button on Xbox. But in this case, this very delivery was 133 Ks, which is a slow delivery for a fast medium bowler. That's the one you bowl on Xbox with the X button, and on PlayStation that's the square button. So that's the slower delivery. So the previous ones, you'll see that those were normal deliveries, normal pace, 140 plus Ks, you know. This one is a slow one. So obviously you have to gauge that for yourself. You have to see how the batsman is playing. You have to adjust according to that. Again, that's a slower delivery. He's gone again. So the slower delivery is very effective. And it's to be honest, I mean, think about it. That's how it is in real life too. The slower bouncer is one of the most effective delivery in cricket. So, I mean, it's like, especially if you're a really quick bowler, I mean, even in real life you can try this. And it's brought me success in real life, I know that much. And I've seen it on international cricket as well. Whenever they bowl a slower bouncer, almost always, you know, they get a wicket or they get a dot. Both are good results for the bowler and not so much for the batsman. But as you saw now, in that case, it went to mid-wicket. That's why it's important to have a mid-wicket. And throughout this, you'll see, and I'll give you more examples in the future, why you need to have the two slips, because I still got those two slips. So you might be wondering, wait, if he's pulling it and it's going to square, backward, square, whatever that other position is, I don't know what that's called, and mid-wicket, and it's going, all of them are pretty much going to the leg side. So why do you have a cover, and then why do you have two slips, you know? And I don't have a point, and I'll show you that why. They never, I mean, I'll show you in a second why I don't have a point, but I'll also tell you right now. That's because they never, for some reason, I mean, you'd think if I bowl a short delivery to you, you'd think it's easier to play that short delivery through point than through cover, right? Now, that's why you need to have the two slips. Sometimes they will not pull and they will, you know, play like a cover drive or a back foot punch, or just try to block it like that and it'll fly to the slip. So that's why the slips are important. Why is the cover fielder important? The cover fielder is important. Now in that case, look, he nicked it and it went to the slips. Obviously the slips didn't catch it, but that's not our problem. We are the bowlers. We can only control the bowling. So that's why you need the slips. Again, look, that flew to the slip. Obviously it didn't carry, but it can carry. If you have more slips, obviously it will carry. So that's why you need to have the slips throughout this. Now this is an example I'm showing you that how it can backfire as well. I've given so many runs. If you watch my career modes, by the way, if you're interested in that, by the way, I have two career modes. I have the Ben Stokes career mode and I have a personal career mode. Both of these, you know, what you saw on the screen, the two different players, they're both career modes. So if you're interested in that, you can watch that. But here are a couple examples of it not working, and I showed you a couple of examples of the ball flying to the slips. I don't know if I have a clip of them playing a back foot punch through cover, but that's what happens most of the times. If you don't get a wicket and they don't score runs either, what they'll do is they'll play like a square drive or a back foot punch through cover, and so that's why it's important to have the cover fielder. Now, like you've seen so far, and in my experience, it's almost never have I ever seen one of the batsmen play this delivery through the point. And that's why I never have a point. That's why there's literally no one in the point. That's why that field set is the way it is. So yeah, don't worry about the point fielder, because it's, like I said, I mean, it makes more sense for the batsman to play a short delivery through point, but for some reason they don't. I mean, personally, for me, it's much easier to play a short delivery through point than to, you know, play a back foot punch through cover, especially if it's on your body, you know. It's very difficult to play through cover, but this is a video game. Let's keep that in mind. I mean, yes, it is very realistic, but at the same time, it has its glitches, its downsides, and all that. And here I've shown you multiple clips, and I'm going to keep showing you more to reiterate. This is not an exact science. This won't always work. It will work most of the times, but it will not always work. As you see, I mean, Ben Stokes have given up so many runs from bowling that delivery. At the same time, he has also taken so many wickets bowling that delivery. So, I mean, it's up to you what kind of bowler you want to be. You want to be that bowler who takes wickets, or do you want to be a bowler who keeps the economy rate low? Now, I included these two clips just to show you that if you want a wicket, just bowl a no ball, you'll get a free hit. And as you saw, 2 free hits, 2 wickets. It almost always happens, but obviously it's not a wicket because it's a free hit. You're not going to get the wicket. Anyways, I'm going to end it right here. I think I've been talking for way too long. And yeah, that's pretty much everything. I mean, I showed you, all right, let's see. I showed you the 2 fielding settings. I showed you many examples of the deliveries, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So the best way to do, and I think you'll notice that if you look at the overs, the short delivery I almost always, and not just the short delivery, but the cross seam delivery, the in-swinger, you know, anything other than the outswinger, I always bowl as my 4th and 5th or 5th and 6th delivery. So at the end of the over, so I start the over with the outswingers, good length outswingers. Then the 3rd delivery is like a full length outswinger, and even if that doesn't work, then what I do is I end the over with 2 bouncers, both outswingers, just the way I explained, with the same field set. So try that. Variation is the key. Try slow deliveries, try quicker deliveries, try normal pace. And it's, I mean, it works for me. I've shown you so many examples of it working, but I've also shown you examples of it not working. Also, let me know if there's any other tips or tricks that you know that might work for you. I haven't had any luck with leg cutters or off cutters, so that's why I left those out. And for those of you who came here to learn about spin bowling, I apologize, but I've never really used spin bowlers in this game, and to be honest, I don't really understand how that works. So I apologize, but I mean, I would rather speak about something I know than speak about something I don't know, and I think you'll agree on that with me. But yeah, I'm gonna end this video right here, right now. I hope this was helpful. If it was, drop a like, subscribe. If you're interested in watching a career mode, like I said, I have 2 of them. One is a Ben Stokes, but that one will end soon after the Ashes is over, and then we'll start a new one, and you guys get to choose which player I pick. So if you're interested in something like that, you can stick around. And yeah, do share this video with other people who are interested in knowing how to take wickets. Do comment below, let me know if this helped you. If it didn't help you, let me know what problems you're having. Maybe I can help you. If I can, I will definitely reply and help you. If I can't, obviously, then there's not much I can do there. But yeah, and I hope you had fun watching this video, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, have a nice